So the East facet of wholeness, what Bill Plotkin calls the innocent sage and the trickster. Some of the primary needs are play, understanding, and presence. So it's the facet of ourselves that's innocent, wise, clear-sighted, comical, and even silly. And I like Bugs Bunny. I mean, if maybe, at least in my generation, might know who Bugs Bunny is. So what's up, Doc, is something that he used to say a lot, but he's definitely like wise, clever, and witty. And of course, the child that's just, beginner's mind, able to go in and just be present and totally aware of his surroundings and touching things, observing things. And then I have Gandalf.
Mm-hmm.
I think in this incarnation, I can't tell, I'll call him the gray. So he has that wisdom to share with the world. Yeah, so they're centered and far removed simultaneously. So the child is able to be fully present, and there's also a shrewdness that comes with that. Have you experienced, if you have kids, times when they'll just call out, what's going on, and the adults are like embarrassed. So that's the kind of like wisdom that children bring. So gifts to our nonviolent communication practice: presence, so being fully present in the moment, being self-connected. So we don't have all these other things from the past or stress about the future. You're able to be in the moment right now. So there's a natural curiosity, like a silent empathy. There's an authenticity that comes from this direction. There's also this openness to outcome. So I want to play with my Play-Doh. Oh, so you want to do Lego logs? Okay, let's do that. Just kind of moving back and forth from strategy to strategy. So we, not placing that much attention on what it is that we're doing. So observation without evaluation. So we're just observing. So when we're innocent, we haven't been trained to evaluate yet. And there's a spontaneity and playfulness that comes. So I'm going to set up another breakout for you to talk about this. So person A will have 2 minutes to talk about basically answering the question, what's your happiest childhood play experience? And you could even act it out. So person A tells a story. Person B is invited to listen silently for the experience of person A, listening for person A's needs. So person A is telling a story, person B is listening, and perhaps noticing your thoughts as you're listening. All right, so that's what we're going to be doing right now in our next set of breakouts. And let me set those up. I'm going to go ahead and move things around a little bit. Okay, I think we can still do 3 people per group. Laura, do you have a question? Go ahead,
Yeah,
Laura.
I just wanted to clarify. So person B doesn't say anything. We're just a listening presence.
That's the invitation. Yep. It might be hard to do, but that is what we're trying to embody. That. So we're actually trying to do both. Person A tapping into the East, and person B tapping into the East with silent empathy. All right, so you'll have 2 minutes each, and we'll come back in about 6 minutes. All right, welcome back. I'd love to do a little harvest on your experience. And Nikki, I see your hand is up. Please share. How was your experience?
It was great, but I felt like I've noticed something when we were doing the North, you know, where people are more older and things like that. A lot of the needs that needed to be met in my first group were very similar. And then here we are doing when we're younger in the East, and the needs weren't as similar. There weren't as many that lined up. They were still all awesome. But it's funny how probably in our society, right, as children, you have so much more, it feels like you have so much more freedom. And then by the time you get to the North, you know, there's so much homogenization.
Interesting. Yeah. So you noticed a pattern there. Was it enjoyable? Did you enjoy the breakout?
Yes, reminiscing and hearing their strategies were so beautiful, made me smile.
Thanks, Nikki. And I realized I forgot to, I was going to talk about my childhood experience. And I forgot to do that. So maybe I'll do that now. So for me, it was, gosh, I must have been 4 or 5 years old, probably 5. And my dad, I think it was Christmas, and I got in a silly sand thing. Christmas is like this big kit with sand, and my dad and I sat in our room, and we made a little castle with sand. It was amazing. It was so fun for me. It was one of the memories that really sticks out as an awesome memory for me and my dad getting to play together. All right, so back to you all. Anyone else want to talk about your breakout experience? Like, what was it like for you to go back and, you know, relive a childhood memory?
Well, for me, it was wonderful because I didn't realize I had so many. I'm rethinking my childhood. And although I did have a little bit of a feeling of sadness, happiness for you, James, but I realized my parents, they never played with us.
Okay.
I have no memories of that.
Yeah. So
there weren't any.
you're able to recall some times when you wanted to play and they weren't available. Were you able to pull out an actual memory of some fun things?
Many.
Oh, good.
All over the place. I had a fun childhood.
All right. Thanks, Carol. All right. So let's do maybe a little group harvest around some strategies from the East. And just want to collect a list of strategies that your East would be happy about. So let's just do, so, you know, as an adult, we don't have the innocence and the presence that we had as kids. So we practice mindfulness practices, you know, meditation. So that's, as adults, that's what we get to do. So what else would make your innocent sage and trickster happy? Tree, I see your hands up. Go ahead.
Being in a group situations where it's safe to speak my truth, to be authentic.
To be authentic. Yeah, thank you, Tree. Anyone else? So looking for 1 or 2 more or no? Okay, let's see. Drew.
Bike riding.
Bike riding. Bicycle. Bicycle.
Shout out to Letitia for that, by the way.
Okay. All right, 1 more. Let's see. Faye, go ahead. Faye, then Laura.
Dancing, singing.
Yeah, so singing. Yeah, and I'll just put dancing here.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave dancing for later, but singing helps you to become like present with yourself, and I guess dancing would also do it.
Mhm.
Yeah. We'll revisit dancing a little bit later. Okay, so let's look at the needs met. So mindfulness and meditation practices, we get to, presence, right? Self-connection. So being present to the moment. So maybe inner peace. Yeah, any other needs met by meditation?
Self-empathy?
Yeah. It could, yeah. I'll call that self-connection. But yeah, we could say self-empathy. And I might say like empowerment too. Or at least, I don't know, I feel more like grounded.
Mhm, mhm.
So what about being in group situations to be authentic? What needs are being met by that strategy?
Inclusion, acceptance.
Belonging.
Belonging, that community.
Infinity.
Connection,
Yeah,
feeling heard.
yeah, being heard. All right, that's a good list. And of course, authenticity, right?
Mhm.
What about bike riding?
Action.
Yeah,
Movement.
so maybe like health or aliveness, health,
Fun.
well-being. What else?
Freedom.
Freedom. Yeah,
Also fun.
yeah.
Speed, I was thinking.
Say again?
Speed, like just being able to do things, move along faster. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, so efficient use of time, efficiency. Yeah, we go faster, so it meets a need for efficiency. And maybe
The
stimulation.
thrill, yeah, there was stimulation that I was thinking. Yeah, great.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. I'm torn about singing and dancing, but yeah, let's do it. So what needs are met by singing and dancing?
Expression.
Yeah.
Aliveness.
Flow.
I didn't hear that.
I said flow.
Oh, flow. Yeah,
Mhm.
nice.
So,
All right. So that's our east. And we're turning the corner. So in the world that I grew up in, the culture that I grew up in, the North and the East were pretty okay. They were pretty well accepted.
mhm.
And the world that I grew up in, the South and the West were not. So the South especially is kind of shunned. So we're about to turn the corner. All right. I hope you're excited because I am.